Hello guys, and welcome back to a new video in the series of me trying to build a profitable trading algorithm using AI. In today's video, I'm gonna share with you something that's gonna blow your mind away. By the end of it, the way you think about using AI to find trading strategies is going to completely change. Also, we're gonna address and clear one of the biggest misconceptions people have about this whole thing. So here's where we are. In the last video, I showed you two strategies, one trend following and one mean reversion. But here's the thing, those were just two ideas, two hypotheses, out of literally hundreds we could test. And on the backtest, both of them failed, as I told you. I didn't show you the metrics and the results, but they both failed. Now, after that video, a lot of people ask me in my DMs about how does the backtest actually work. Alright, because we get how the AI comes up with the hypothesis I showed you. It reads the research online, scans dozens of papers. We get how the data works. Alright, we pulled it from a vendor like Data Binto, or you can get from any kind of source. But the backtest itself, the conditions, the parameters, the filters, the indicators, does it optimize the strategy while it runs? Does it go and find other variations of the strategies? I want you to focus on the word variations, because this is exactly where this is going to get crazy. Today I'm going to take you under the hood, okay, and show you exactly what happens when we run a backtest. So not just on this strategy, but on any strategy, and I promise you this is going to open your eyes. Alright, now before we start, make sure to check the current discount Bonus is running, one of the best and most reliable futures prop firms out there. You can use the coupon code STRANGER or just click on the link down below. Now let's get started. So we're gonna start with this picture that's gonna explain every single thing about how the backtest works. Okay, so this tree right here, we're gonna start from the root. All right, we're gonna start from a strategy idea, a hypothesis. This is how AI goes to, like I showed you how it got that PDF. It's gonna go online and it's gonna choose for us a hypothesis that we need to test. Okay, this is just a simple one. All right, a strategy idea. This strategy idea is based on the moving averages. All right, so a trend following strategy that uses moving averages. Simple, everybody knows what a moving average is. So we're going to start from here, the root. Now, we need to understand that moving averages, we have two types. Okay, I want you to look at the left. This is the first layer, and basically these right here are just conditions for the strategy. Okay, let's start with layer 1. For the averaging, there is two types. There is the simple moving average and there is the exponential moving average. Now, instead of guessing which one is better for this strategy, we're going to test both of them. So from the root, we're going to have the simple moving average and we're going to have the exponential moving average. We're going to test both and see which one is better. Okay, now after that we need fast moving average. Okay, this is going to catch like a recent break of structures or an early so let me show you on the chart. As you can see, this red moving average right here, this is the exponential moving average. It has a length or period of 9. Okay, so as you can see, it's going to catch those break of structures right here, like shifts in trends. Even if they fail, for example, this one didn't fail because you can see that it did provide some movement after this up close candle here. Of course, we're not going to use this one fast exponential moving average to catch a big shift in trend. It doesn't work like that. We're going to see how we can catch this using this strategy alongside with other conditions. So we're going to need this. All right, so we need a fast moving average. Now, fast moving averages, there is different periods or different parameters. There is a 2, 3, 5, 8, 9 and 13. We can go all the way to 10 and 12, but there is not big difference between, so it's better to keep some distance between the parameters. And we don't know which one is better, which one is going to give us a strategy that works. So we're going to test both of them. So the SMA is, we're going to test all of these, and for the EMA, which is here, we're going to test all these periods, as you can see. So 5, Here we have 5 on each side. Okay. Now for this strategy, we also need a slow moving average. A slow moving average, basically the same thing as this one, but we're going to use higher values: 20, 30, 45, 60, and 90. So as you can see on the chart, for example, this one is the EMA 50, and you can see why it is a slow, because it doesn't react and change to these kind of shifts in structure. Okay, it catches, or it gives you the bigger picture. All right, so you can see from here to here we are in a downtrend. Okay, here we were in an uptrend, and then price broke up below the EMA 50 and also the 9, so both the slow and the fast moving average, and we had a nice run to the downside. And here you can use this one as directional bias and only look for shorts. Okay, so basically this temporarily shift in structure, you're not going to take it seriously, because we're still overall down in a downtrend based on the slow moving average. Okay, this is how it looks like in the chart. Now after that, we're gonna need a filter or a directional bias. So think of it like the higher time frame. For that, we're gonna use either none, we're not gonna use that, or we're gonna use the moving average of 100, 200, and the ADX above 20 or the ADX above 25. Now here's the thing. For example, a strategy, it's gonna use the EMA. Okay, for the fast EMA is gonna use 5. For the slow EMA, it's going to use the 60, and for the filter, it's going to use the moving average of 200. This is one strategy. Another one, it's going to use the SMA with 3, with 20, and then ADX. Another one is going to use SMA of 8. So these are all combination. Okay, this is why we have multiplier here. All possible combinations of a strategy. So based on just these first 4 layers, we have like 2 times 5 times 5 times 5. Like we have 250 possible and different combination, different strategies with different parameters. Moving on to the stop loss, which is based on the ATR. ATR is very simple. Let me show you in the chart. So we can add the ATR from here. So basically, suppose that we are here. Okay, we want to take a trade here. All right, we're gonna take a short, or maybe take a long. Let's take a long. So how does this strategy uses the stop loss? Okay, it's gonna use this ATR, the average true range. I showed you what the ATR is. It's gonna basically take the last 14 candles right here. We can change the value as well, but we're gonna use the 14. It's gonna calculate, or it's gonna take the last 14 candles. It's gonna calculate their sizes, sum them, okay, so add them all together, and then dividing by 14, and it's gonna give us this value right here. For example, on this it is 76, let's say 75. So if we go back to the picture, if we're gonna use 1.5, or let's use the stop of 2 ATR, all right, that's gonna give us basically 150. So the stop loss is gonna be right here. So the stop loss is gonna change based on the ATR. So if the ATR is like 100, as you can see here, because as you can see the candles are bigger and the volatility is higher than this, it's gonna be 100. For example, if we take a trade long right here, so the ATR is gonna be 200 like this. As you can see, it's based on the volatility. Now we don't know which ATR stop loss is better, so we're going to test different values. Okay, so we're going to use tight stop loss, only 1.5 times the ATR. We're going to use moderate stop loss. We're going to use wide stop losses, okay, times 6. All right, so we know which stop loss is better. Same thing for the trailing. We're going to use the ATR, so trailing the stop loss, and also the max hold, so the TP, and the direction long and short. Okay, I spoke a lot, I know, but here's what's gonna blow your mind away. Based on these parameters, we're gonna have 15,000 strategy combination. Imagine this, 15,000. Each leaf right here, as you can see, this is a leaf, is going to have one unique strategy combination. Unique, different, completely different. So 15,000 strategy or variation that came out of this one simple idea. And this 15,000 strategy, okay, we're going to use it on 9 different markets. As you can see here, we have the US 100, US 30, we have gold, we have Brent, we have USD, some forex pairs. We're gonna test it, so that's times 9. Also, we're gonna use it on different time frames, or 5 different time frames. I didn't include this. We're gonna use it on the 5 minute, the 15 minute, the 30 minute, the 1 hour, and the 4 hour. So times 4. That's gonna give us 540,000 backtest. That means 63.6 billion candle evaluation. And that's going to be running simultaneously, okay, on 7 CPU cores. In my laptop, I have 8, okay, you might have way more. So basically, it's going to run all this backtest. It's going to run 540 simultaneous backtest. Just imagine, guys. It is literally insane. And it's going to take around 50 minutes. If you have a better laptop, it's going to take less. For me, here's how much it took. So as you can see here, this is a picture that I took earlier. This is a sweep. The sweep is basically what's happening here, sweeping across all this. This is the backtest, okay? And as you can see, it is first of all trying gold on the M15. So basically gold, we're choosing gold and we're choosing M15. Now it's running 15,000 backtest. 15,000 strategy is running on the 15-minute time frame on gold. This is what this represents. And this, and out of those 15,000, only 6 survived. Only 6 strategies survived. And the best profit factor was 1.12. Now here's the thing, 1.12 profit factor and only 6 survived out of those 15,000. It's not good. Okay, let me tell you why. You want to see something bigger, something like this. It tells you that that particular strategy on this M15 on US 100 here, it actually works because a lot of them actually passed the current metrics like profit factor and so on above 1 and a couple of other standards that I said. We can talk about them later. But it tells you that this strategy right here is real on this one. Okay, it also passed the cost and the slippage and spread and so on. Okay, and the best profit factor, the best strategy, best leaf like this one, it has this 1.22 profit factor. Now this is on M15. Remember that on M15 is going to have spreads and higher cost. I'm pretty sure that on the 1 hour it's going to be even better profit factor and better metrics overall. So this is just to show you how does this work. Okay, now imagine trying to run this all alone. If we take only one leaf out of 15,000 possible, how much it takes that you can to backtest it. And here's the thing, I'm running it on, for example, on this one, this on Forex, I have 16 years of data from 2010 all the way to 2026 running at the same time. And this one 40 minutes, and it was estimated time to finish 70 minutes. So it's going to take you around 2.5 hours to 3 hours based on the power of your laptop, okay, or computer. So as you can see here, you don't find robust strategies by guessing, you find them by exploring the space. Okay, this is how powerful backtesting with AI is. Okay guys, so for example here's an active path, here's an active leaf, or a single strategy out of this 15,000 possible. Choosing for layer 1, we choose the what is this? The simple moving average. For the fast one, we can choose the input of 5, the period. For the slow one, okay, I'm using these layers, okay, 45 for the slow one. And for the directional buys, we're going to use the moving average of 100. For the stop loss, we're going to use 3 times the ATR. For the trailing, I'm going to use 4 times the ATR, and 7 layer is max hold 2, okay. And we're going to test long, because of course we're going to test both long and shorts, and see, for example, in US 100, longs tends to be better, okay, since it is a trending instrument, trending to the upside. So this is just one single pad out of 15,100, okay. And this, ladies and gentlemen, how powerful trading and finding strategies with AI is. Now make sure to like and subscribe the video so you won't miss the next one. I want you to be active with me in this journey, not just by watching, but actually trying it yourself, okay. So go to the lab and give your Claude or ChatGPT or whatever you are using this picture, feed it this picture, and it's going to create the engines to actually sweep the space like this, okay. Now, happy trading and good luck.